So today I'm going to be showing you guys how to actually revert your Starfield game version back. If you're like me, you probably just opened up Starfield and your entire game didn't work because the game had an update because you forgot to turn off Steam Auto Update. But fear not, there is a way to manually roll back Starfield's actual game version. And I'll also be showing you guys some awesome tips and tricks for preventing this in the future. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into this. So the first thing I'm going to link in the description down below is this Reddit post right here actually. This Reddit post is a wonderful breakdown in text form of what to actually do. So to start off very basic, every game on Steam has an app ID. In those app IDs, every version of the game is called a depot. And as you can see, for Starfield, we have quite a few depots. What we need to figure out is how to actually download these depots, these different versions of the game, and, well, install it. Just to be clear though, this will not get you the game for free. This is just to download the files you have already owned, the ones you already have the license for. So in order to download the depot for the version number that you want of the game, you just want to open up a new tab and type in steam://open/console and then hit enter. It will bring up a new pop-up at the top of your screen saying Open Steam Client Bootstrap. You want to click that. It will then open up this Steam window here, which is your Steam console window. If you don't see it pop up, turn off your family view on Steam and then try it again. Inside of the Steam console window here, you are just going to paste the code that I have in the description down below. This code right here will download one version of the game. If you want to download the newest version of the game, I will also leave that in the description down below too. The one that I have here on your screen is actually for the version 1723. I will also be leaving the code in the description down below for you to download 1729 for your game as well, if that's the version you want to download. So if there's a new version that just came out and you want to revert back to 1729, I will leave the code for that as well. So all you're going to do is, like I said, you're going to copy this entire code from the description, paste it into this window, and you're going to hit enter. What it's going to do, it's going to start downloading that depot, that version of the game. Just give it a second for it to download it, and once it's done, it will actually tell you where it installed the depot at. So the easiest way to figure this out of where to actually find it is just to highlight the entire string of text here within the quotation marks here at the end, hit Control C, open up your file browser here, click in the top bar up at the top, and then hit paste, and then just hit enter. So now this is actually where you've installed the new depot that you've just downloaded. So we can go ahead and hover over the Starfield.exe here and see that it is version 1.7.23. If we went back into the Steam window here and downloaded the second version of it, in that same spot, you can actually now see that the Starfield.exe says it is version 1.7.29. So again, both codes will give you two different versions of the game. This first code up here that I will leave a link to is again version 1723. It is the base version of Starfield before the first update. So the second bit of code here is actually the very first update we had for Starfield. This is 17.29. So how do we take our new version of Starfield on the left here that's actually breaking all of our mods and replace it with this older version on the right that's going to fix our mods and let our SFSE actually load the game? Well, all you have to do is take the Starfield.exe file here and just drag it in. Like, that's it. I'm not going to do that because I already have it, and that's all you got to do. And your Starfield.exe will revert back, and that's all you got to do. And that fixes your SFSE. So just once again, once you download the depot version that you want, you just take the .exe version of that and replace it in there, and that should fix the entire thing for SFSE at least. Okay, so now we're going to do a super cool trick to make sure this doesn't happen again in the future. There's a couple things we can do. The first thing that's super easy. So inside of your Steam library, you're going to right click on Starfield. You're going to go to Properties. In the Properties, you're going to go to Updates, and you're going to make sure the game is only going to update when you launch the game. So what that means is that not just launching the game in general. What that means is you actually have to launch the official Starfield.exe from either the Steam shortcut or from the .exe in here. If you are only running SFSE, your game will never update because you're not actually running the game, you are running the game through SFSE, which is not actually opening Starfield.exe. So basically you can have manual updates to Starfield by just never opening the original Starfield.exe that you just injected into your folder, and also never opening up the Starfield executable shortcut that Steam gives you. So option number 2 is coming over to your Steam library, your Steam apps folder. Before going into common though, you want to look for app manifest 17.16.740.acf. This is the app manifest for Starfield. You just go into here, right click, properties, and you can make it read only. So Steam cannot actively adjust the app manifest for downloading files. I'm not going to do that because I just run SFSE, so it's basically already manual install anyway, but that's another one you can do there. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is super cool. It's a weird little trick, but it's something that we've been doing in the Skyrim and Fallout directory for years, is making a little bit of a backup. So to create a backup of your Starfield and your SFSE loader, what we're going to do is we're going to just choose anywhere you want. I'm going to make it right here in the root directory though. We're going to right click, go to new folder. You can name it whatever you want. I'm going to call mine SFSE backup. And then in parentheses, I'm going to put the actual version number of the game that I'm backing up here. So just like that, I made a new folder called SFSE backup with the version number that I'm actually backing up there. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the Starfield.exe, the SFSE loader, and the SFSE 1729 DLL, and we're going to just copy this into the folder. Now you might be thinking, well, that just broke your install. Now you can't actually run the game. We're going to fix that. So we're going to right click this. We're going to go to 7-zip or WinRAR, whatever compression you want to do. And we're going to add it to a .zip or .7z either way. And same thing for .rars, whatever you have. So we're just going to compress the file down into a 7-zip file. There we go. All right, so now we have SFSE backup 1.7.29.zip. All right, so now that you have fully compressed your backup file, what we're going to do is we're just going to take that .zip file and put it into Vortex. So you're just going to click it and drag it into Vortex like so. So now you can see that Vortex has actually fully installed the mod, and we can just click enable. And now Vortex is going to manage our Starfield.exe, SFSE loader, and our SFSE DLL. So in the future, if there's a newer version that we want to use and we want to go back to 1.7.29, we could just activate the 1.729 backup and it will re-add those files. If we want to disable this, you can see in live real time, if I find the backup file here and I just click enable, it removes the files from there. And now if we had another version that we wanted to install, we could just click enable on that. So you can make backups and manage those backups of your game files through Vortex or through Mod Organizer, whichever one you're actually wanting to use. Okay, let's say that all of your mods are up to date and all of your stuff has been updated like that, but now you just need to figure out a way to force Starfield to update again, because you need that newest version of the .exe to actually make SFSE run properly. So the way that you can force Steam to download the newest version of a .exe for a game like that is by just deleting the Starfield.exe in your game folder there, going into your Steam library, going to properties, going to installed files, and then you hit verify integrity of game files. What this will do is it will scan every file in the game and make sure it matches what it's supposed to have. Any of the missing files will be re-downloaded. And because the only file you are missing is the Starfield.exe, it's going to download the newest version of that .exe file. And as you can see here, it will just show up like this, that your download has been completed and it's only downloaded one of one item. If you have more than one item missing, it'll download one of two or one of three or however many you have missing. So that is how you can force the newest version available without losing any of your mod progress or anything like that, or like without reinstalling the game or anything crazy like that. You just delete the one executable for Starfield, and then you can download the newest version by forcing it with the verify integrity of game files. You could also try it if you're an advanced user going through SteamDB and trying to find the right depot ID with the right manifest ID. But again, finding this is more of an advanced user thing, and you're better off just verifying the game files through Steam and forcing it to download the new Starfield.exe that you need. So that will pretty much do it for this video, guys. Hopefully this helped you guys out. Hopefully this helped you guys panic a little bit less, gave you a few backup options, kind of helped you prevent this in the future from happening, because it caught me off guard too, and I had to spend like 4 hours reverting it back to where it was supposed to be. Hopefully this helped you guys. If it did, leave a like on the video, comment down below if you have any questions or comments, and subscribe if you guys are new for even more Starfield content in the future. So now you know how to turn that off, now you know how to make backups, and in the comments down below, if we want to keep this one updated as like a thread people can visit for the newest versions of it as time passes for Starfield, that'd be awesome too. So if we could just keep the download codes in the comments down below updated for different versions of the depots that people want to download, that would be friggin' awesome. I can also try adding them to the description as well, so if you guys want to check the description to see how many versions are available, I will try to update that as much as I can. But thanks for watching, guys. Later, nerds.